Sangeeta and Kachana Jaykumar. Appam is a wonderful dish what we are going to see today. This is normally something nearer to Dosa and also somewhere close to idli, because the batter will be somewhat of that kind, but actually what we will do is we will be having a soft center and a crispy side. So that's why it's a combination of both somewhere idli and dosa, and this goes well with a lot of kurmas, stews and any kind of dish you like. So let's see how to make this wonderful appam. And all we need is 2 cups of raw rice, 1 cup of boiled rice, half cup of urud dal, 3 tablespoons of freshly shredded coconut, quarter cup of poha or flat rice, 2 teaspoons of fenugreek seeds and some salt. Well, first thing in preparing this appam is we need to soak the urud dal and fenugreek together and leave it for a minimum of 5 hours. I have left it overnight and I am going to grind it in the morning, but it's only I am mentioning only the minimum time required, so that is 5 hours. You can leave it even more than that, 8 hours, or then you can grind it. I have mixed both the rice together, the raw rice and the boiled rice, and again soaked them for 5 hours. I soaked the poha and it has become soft. For poha just a half an hour will do. Now let's grind all these ingredients. First let's go in for the urud dal and the fenugreek. At this stage add some more water. It's taken 3 minutes for me to get this fine paste after giving some breaks in between. Now let's grind the rice. I am using only this water, the soaked water. Now look, I have got a very fine paste, very fine texture of this rice. Repeat this procedure until you finish the whole of the rice. Now we are completely done with our rice. Let's add the poha and coconut. If you are using fresh coconut, it's fine. Otherwise, the desiccated coconut, you will have to soak it in hot water for at least half an hour and then use it. Pour this to the batter. Now add salt, required amount of salt. Now our batter is ready. Look at this. It should be of this consistency. Now let us leave it to ferment in any warm place for 8 hours or overnight, and it depends, like if the place you are living is going to be very cold, then maybe we will have to add just a pinch of yeast to it. You will have to add fresh yeast, it's going to be 1 spoon, or if you are going to add dry yeast, then can take half a spoon of dry yeast, mix it in water and add to it, so that they ferment so well. Actually this appam itself lies on the fermentation. Once they ferment, they become very soft and tasty. So the fermentation is very important to this. Leave it in a warm place, otherwise this will actually here not only in India, and outside places also, if you can leave it into the oven without switching on the oven, but just keeping the lights on, so that will give the required warmth, or into your near your hot heaters or some laundry room where you have some extra warmth. You can leave it for 8 hours or overnight. So I'm been doing that way, and I have seen that it's fermenting well. So try this, and if in case it's not working, you can add some yeast. So let's leave it tonight, and then we will do this appams tomorrow. So dear friends, we did the appam batter yesterday, and we have let it to rest for 8 hours to 10 hours so that they ferment lightly. And now I have not added any yeast, and I could see it has fermented to a very small level. So it depends on the region where you're living. If it's going to be very hot, then they will ferment automatically. Otherwise, just add some yeast to get that good fermentation. Now let's look into how the appam batters. Here, look at this. Can you see the air bubbles? Now let's look into how to make these appams. Now look at this appam batter. I'm going to add just half spoon of sugar to this. So this will give some crispy texture to the sides of the appam. Now let's look into the procedure. We need an appam chatti or appam kadai like this. If you're not able to get the appam kadai, you can use a regular flat tawa which has a flat base, and then you'll have to grease it well. Heat this pan. To this we are going to add little water and oil mixture. Now hold the sides of the tawa and slowly rotate the pan. If you want to make it a little crispier, you can add some oil to the sides. Now can you see? The appam has left the sides of the vessel, so it's ready. Now remove it. Look at this appam. It is very soft in the center. Can you see the holes here? And the sides are very crispy. The wonderful appams are ready. So well, dear friends, hope you enjoyed this session of making these appams. Look at them as shown. See, they have some browning at the bottom and they look white here on the top surface. We have not used oil also. This is a real very healthy food which can be taken even by patients. Well, if you are using the gas stove, then you get a beautiful appam pans because they become like this. They are like this, hollow in the center, so they have a nice depth and you get the appams wonderfully done. But these appam chattis, what I am using is having a flat base, so that I could not get that exact depth of the appams. Now go ahead, enjoy your appams with stew, kurmas, or even for the children you can give it with sugar and milk. So dear friends, hope you enjoyed the session of making appams. Dosa pizza, always enhancing your taste buds. Thank you and bye bye.